Hey dolls, welcome back to my channel. I've missed you guys. I think it's been about 2 weeks since I've uploaded a video. We've had a lot of birthdays going on in our families. It's like the end of the year is always so chaotic. I haven't even had time to get my nail done. I broke it. Oh, and I got a tattoo. Well, Jay and I got matching tattoos. He got the Bride of Frankenstein and I got Frankenstein's monster. And it's just supposed to be like, you know, a wedding band tattoo. We were gonna do a sugar skull, Frankenstein's monster, and you know, bride, but because my finger is so small, the detail was just gonna get lost in it. So I just said, let's just do simple skulls so it didn't look too chaotic on my finger. My very first one I got a few months ago, and that was my dad's name right here. This is actually his signature, and that's the only time I said I would get a tattoo was for that and for a wedding. But that's it. I have no desire to get it anymore, so I am done. But today I am back with probably one of the most requested videos I have had on this channel, and it is the Faja compression garment video. I apologize it's taken so long to upload it. That was not my intention. I was supposed to have it uploaded way back when. This is actually my second time filming it. The first time I filmed it, I had already edited some of the video, actually more than half of the video. It seemed like my laptop died. So I thought, okay, you know, it just needs to be charged. That's fine. I charged it. Wasn't turning on after an hour. It has not turned on since. It won't even charge either. So I have to take it into the Mac store, but I just have not had time to do that. I had that filmed, and then I had my journey of my, not journey because it's not really a journey, but I brought you guys along to see how it is to get my lips injected. Anyway, so I'm back. I refilmed it. Fajas are like my jam. I love wearing them. If you do not know what a faja is just the Spanish version of a compression garment. That's all it is, a compression garment. I am going to show you me putting them on, some of them, the ones that I fit in. So to get started, this is the Anne Michelle shapewear. I used to wear this one all the time. This one was by far one of my favorites to wear all the time. When I used to go to the clubs, I used to wear this one, and this actually had straps. As you can see, it's just so beaten and worn out. Why I still have it, I don't know. And it is a thong bottom, so I was able to wear this under anything, and it covered perfect. It didn't show any lines. It is going to just suck you in. So inside, in between this material, it's actually latex. It would give me such a beautiful shape. Like I said before, I was just very straight around my waist, but this just gave me that nice perfect curve. So I used to wear this all the time, but this is one that Jay would have to help me get into. Like, that's how intense this was, and that's actually the way I like my compression garments to fit. Now this next one is one that I actually still do use. I like to wear this under dresses when I don't want to feel as restricted and I want to be more on the comfortable side. Now remember, my kind of comfortable is probably different than what you consider comfortable, because my uncomfortable is basically still uncomfortable for a lot of people. So this one, I mean, it's pretty difficult to stretch, so it's definitely going to keep you in. And this brand is actually Miracle Suit. I believe I got it at Macy's as well. This one goes about halfway down the thigh, and you still can't see it underneath the dresses because it does have that smooth edge. It's not bulky. It's going to blend in. It does have this rubbery lining, so it does not roll up. Now I'm going to be getting into the waist trainers that I have. Some I still do use, and others not so much anymore. The first one I'll get into, I used to wear this more after my surgery just so I can get the swelling down. This is latex on the outside, and this thing isn't going anywhere. It shapes you beautifully, but it does show underneath your clothing, which is a bummer. The brand is Colombian Tropics. and this is just basically a vest, and it kind of digs into my boob underneath, so that's a bit uncomfortable. So what I tend to do is not button up all the way to the top, but it does have 2 rows. So once you get used to the first row, you can then tighten it up and work out with that. Like I said, this is one I would really wear for working out, not for underneath my clothing. And this does, because this is for a longer torso, my torso is very, very short, like ridiculously short. This next one is a very popular one on Amazon. So this is the Squeam. The downside is that this one tends to stretch out a lot quicker. I was using it often, I was using it every day, and I was sweating in it and then washing it so much. It does kind of take a toll on your waist cincher or on your waist trainer, and it is going to stretch it out. But it did give me a beautiful shape, and this was invisible underneath clothing. I did not have to worry about weird lines or it just looking awkward. You couldn't really see. I mean, if you looked hard enough, you could see the clips in the front, but I don't think people are focusing that much. This waist trainer is definitely one I recommend. You go on Amazon, look at the reviews, try to look for someone with your body shape so you can see how much it'll transform your shape. And this next one is for us short torsoed ladies. So this is really short. It works perfect for me. I got an extra small in this. The only thing I am not too fond about is this lining right here, the detail. It's just too bulky, so underneath certain dresses or certain articles of clothing, you will be able to see it. Now, these are not supposed to fit loose. Sometimes when you're looking at reviews, people are going to say that the size chart was off, you couldn't even buckle it, but you need to struggle a little bit to get into these. If it's easy to close, then you got the wrong size. You need to size down. And the last one for waist trainers, this is one that I purchased from a company who specifically designs post-surgical garments, and their garments are amazing. It is latex and it's extremely difficult to pull, so this one really does take you in, but it was best used over a compression garment. So when I had my Faja on after surgery, I would put this on. I do still wear it, not as often. This next one I've actually had for a while, and I used to wear this at photo shoots all the time. I was a big corset where my waist used to be able to get down to 19 inches. That is obviously not possible anymore, but this is actually an 18-inch baby corset. I believe they renamed it, but I got it from What Katie Did, and it was about $180. I'm not sure if the price is still the same. I'll link it down below. You can check it out for yourself. But this is one that I would wear to photo shoots all the time to give me that dramatic waistline. You can wear this underneath dresses. It looks beautiful. It just gives you that dramatic, true Victorian corseted waist. The only thing is you will be able to see this underneath. I love corsets. I love the way they look, but I can always tell when someone is wearing a corset underneath their clothing. Jay actually knows how to corset me in. He's a pro because he's always put me in these for my photo shoots. So I'm getting into the final two. The final two are my favorites. These are the ones that I use often, all the time, the ones that I absolutely recommend, and you do not need to have had surgery in order to wear these. These are still going to shape you, but this first one is the one that I was given after my surgery. The brand is Prada. I'll link it down below, but they have so many different styles. They have 3 rows going here, and this one's actually pretty beat up. It goes down to about my knees, and this one was perfect for me because I did have lipo on my thighs and I got a lot of swelling, and this actually helped get it back to normal so I wasn't so swollen. It does have these straps that go around your shoulders, so the only bummer thing about this faja was that it was really difficult to wear it underneath either like really thin sleeves. I couldn't wear it under thin sleeves because this would pop out, so I would have to wear dresses that would cover me completely up here. This part right here is very, very loose. It has plenty of stretch for your butt to fit in, and it's really going to lift your butt up, especially from right here. This portion, you want to have it right underneath your butt cheek so everything gets lifted up. Instead of wasting my money buying another faja every time my waist was getting smaller after surgery, I would just take it to your local either a seamstress or alterations place. I would go in and they take about an inch off. As you can see, it's cut here and it's sewn. Each time I took it in about 3 times for them to take it in, because then it would become loose and my waist would get smaller and smaller. Leave the hips the same. Don't take it in at the hips. Like this part was untouched, but this part was taken in. This right here, this is actually a hole. This hole with the flap right here is for you to be able to use the restroom. Now, these are recommended to wear with the underwear over, not underneath, because if you're wearing your underwear underneath, you're going to have to take the whole thing off. And if you have a properly sized compression garment on, you're not going to want to take it off because it is going to be a bitch to put it back on. You are going to be taking at least anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to get this bad boy back on. And if you're out somewhere, you do not want to spend 5 to 10 minutes getting this back on. So because I had a lot of experience after my surgery working with fajas that have holes in them, I'm a pro. Like, I know how to use the restroom in them. What you can also do too is you can always make the hole bigger if you feel like you need more space. You can just cut it and make sure to stitch it up and close those seams just so it doesn't keep running. You don't have to stick with the little hole that they give you, but this one was a decent size, so I never had any problems. And now, last but certainly not least, this one is by far my favorite faja, and there are so many reviews on Amazon, so you don't just have to go off of my body, because obviously my results are going to be different because I did have surgery. But if you look on Amazon, you will see all the results, and it is the Salom faja. I found this through Amazon. It has 1,000 reviews, but a lot of the reviews that were negative, it was everyone saying that the size chart was off and the sizing was wrong. But I can tell you, it was not wrong. They're just not used to wearing the correct size faja, that they weren't able to get into it. Whenever I first wash it, Jay has to help me get in it. It is a struggle. He has to help pull it, but that's how you want it to fit. That's what's going to give you those dramatic results. That's what's going to shape you. Too many people feel like you're supposed to be super comfortable in these, and that's not the case. That's not what these are for. These are to shape you. The size that I got, this is a size small, and my measurements are 27 waist and 42-inch hips. And the thing that I love about this is that it has a zipper that covers the hooks. So the only unfortunate thing is that there's one row of hooks, so it's not like you can make it smaller. And unlike the other one, this one has removable straps. This one goes higher up the leg, which is exactly what I wanted, because the other one I wasn't able to wear shorter dresses because you would be able to see it, or dresses with slits, you would be able to see it underneath. It does have this rubbery portion right here, so it does not roll up. And then the buttocks part is actually a lot better than the other one that I showed you. This one gives you a better shape, and I believe it's because there's more of an open area for your butt, so it doesn't give it like an odd shape like you have a butt pad on. This does have a hole underneath. Alright, so now getting into your faja, this is my body before I put on my compression garment. That is the front view, this is the back view. So getting started, I like to do one leg at a time, and where that lace portion is that has the rubber on it, I like to roll it up so it doesn't get caught on my skin. And you're definitely going to have to do that. If not, it's going to be really hard to just get it over your legs. And do not put lotion on yet. So once I've rolled that up, I'm starting to pull the faja up, and I'm trying to get it past my thighs as much as I possibly can. This is going to take you a while. This is the hardest part. Then I start pulling it all around to try to get it over my butt. Now this next portion is a trick that I just discovered when trying to get into my fajas. I haven't seen anybody else do this, so what I like to do is I do a scooping motion with my hand. So I stick my hand all the way through and then I scoop it, as you can see, with my fingers, and then that is going to get the fabric over your butt. And of course I'm like lunging at the same time, doing all these weird things, and that's what's going to get that over my butt and over my hips. And once I've gotten it over there, that is the hard part, and everything is smooth sailing after that. And you want that butt area, you want the seams to be right underneath your butt cheeks. That way it lifts your butt up. And then once I'm done, I am rolling the fabric down. And all that stuff on my legs, those are mosquito bites, guys. So sorry, I know it looks really gross. So then I put the straps over, and I have to pull my shirt because my boobs get in the way. So I'm like trying to squish them, which is why my shirt is in my mouth. And then I am just buckling it up. This is going to take a couple of times. You really have to use your muscle to get in there. And like I said, you really want a tight faja so it can just cinch your waist in like this one is right here. And once I have buckled and clipped everything, I just zip it right up, and look how smooth that is. It just gives me such a nice shape. You guys can see the full results. I took the straps off just so you can see how it looks without straps and how easily it is to hide under this dress, as opposed to the other one where I could not hide it. Normally Jay helps me and he pulls the faja up so I don't have that wrinkling in the back, but he was already asleep while I was filming this. But I just love the shape it gives me. It gives me nice hips. And then this is another video from my Instagram, and where I do have the faja on with another dress. But look how beautiful that looks. You can't see any lines, and I just love it. But those are my recommendations for fajas. But I hope you guys found a lot of useful information out of this, or seen something that you like. If you still have questions, just comment down below. I will answer your questions. I want to make sure that I provide as much information as I possibly can. But that is it for today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And I will see you soon. Bye, loves.